Kansas City has some wonderful city-owned grocery shopping experiences for you. Check it out. Do you have your shopper's card?
There's barely any produce.
Well, you don't need it because there's no food. If you're lucky, though, you might stumble in and get rotten, unidentified beast for $5.99 a pound. Take a good look, New York City. Zoran Mondani will be bringing this experience to you. And of course, it's free with his socialist grocery store plan. You know what the socialists say. If at first you don't succeed, starve again.
A rotten smell comes through the door.
Yeah, so that's healthy.
All leftists look the same. Yeah, babe, it's because we want you to know, okay? I put the septum ring on and I said, everybody is going to be able to identify me as a leftist. Yeah.
She's not bad looking, but she's trying to uglify herself, looking like someone who was rejected from being an extra in the movie Apocalypto. Yes, with your septum ring, you are announcing your politics, along with some other things. Not every leftist has daddy issues, but every young woman with daddy issues is a leftist. I bet she's an indigenous people's queer theory major with a minor in condescending smuggery. And I'm guessing she has $150K of unforgiven student debt. I guarantee it's $150K. Do you know how many septum rings you can buy with that?
And newsflash, baby, we know a Republican when we see one too. Unfortunately, it's not a piece of jewelry. It's absolutely zero effort into your physical appearance whatsoever. That's how I know. Find me a fun, stylish, personalized Republican.
Okay, here you go. Happy now. Quick word, everybody. If you'd like to help me out and I could use it, please like, comment, subscribe. It's the right thing to do.
Good answer. Good answer.
And if you'd like to help me more, go to patreon.com/jokesandthepoint and help me out. I'll be delivering extra comedy content and merchandise. Promise it won't be like a socialist supermarket. There will actually be stuff. I'd like to thank all my members right here. And now let's get back to it.
I'm Catherine Maher, CEO of NPR. Congress just voted to eliminate all federal funding for public media. This decision hurts communities across America. It means fewer local reporters covering town councils and state championships. It means fewer stories about local farms, fisheries, businesses. And for millions, especially in rural areas, it means losing access to trusted local news, emergency alerts, and everyday connection.
Yeah, that's right. Catherine Maher, the CEO of NPR, is especially heartbroken for the millions in the rural communities who will be missing out on fresh air and all things considered. Don't they realize that those people absolutely depend on it?
You believe that America is addicted to white supremacy?
I believe that I tweeted that, and as I've said earlier, I believe much of my thinking has evolved over the last half decade.
That settles it. If Catherine Maher has taught us anything, it's that you don't need a septum ring to declare yourself as a leftist. Just get a job at NPR.
Do you believe that white people inherently feel superior to other races?
I do not.
You don't? You tweeted something to that effect. You said, I grew up feeling superior. Ha, how white of me.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to grant her that maybe she did evolve on these issues. She used to think society was all about white supremacy, but then she became the CEO of NPR. I'm sure somebody mentioned that if she wanted to give reparations and stop the onslaught of white supremacy, she could, forfeit her job to a person of color. And then she thought, oh, no. Yeah, we won't be doing that. I've evolved on that issue. Do you think the kind of person who tweets the stuff that she has would have any appreciation or regard for rural communities? They only wish to indoctrinate and undermine them. It's rural communities that vote the wrong way, that refuse to use pronouns. As Obama would say, the bitter Bible and gun clingers. And of course, racists.
Get better. They cling to guns or religion or antipathy towards people who aren't like them. And a way to explain their frustration.
This is how evil NPR and PBS actually is. They know that they're at odds with rural values, but they don't care. They've had the last laugh. They've taken money from every single one of those clingers via government force. And the ultimate irony, when their funding is threatened, they shield themselves with who? Those poor rural communities. What are they going to do? I wonder how well it would sit with the left if they were forced to pay taxes for Fox News for 50 years. I'm sure they would be totally cool with it. We can't terminate Fox News. It's especially needed in the urban centers and college faculty lounges. They must be allowed to find connection with Jesse Waters. The NPR PBS hearings, which led to their exposure and their defunding, remind me a lot of the congressional hearings involving Ivy League deans who enabled intimidation against Jewish students. Can't you see Catherine Maher fitting right into this this group. They all have that same middle-aged wine and cheese elitism going on. Catherine Maher's educational background? A perfect fit. NYU with a degree in Middle Eastern and Islamic Studies. After studying at the American Language Institute of the American University in Cairo, Egypt, and the French Institute of Arab Studies in Damascus, Syria. And of course, she's childless. Well, doesn't that background obviously speak to the reverence of rural, heavily white and religious communities? It's total flag-waving apple pie right there. I'm disappointed. She was over there for that long and didn't bother to join ISIS? Come on. Now the elitists are losing money. Columbia University is paying $220 million in a settlement to the Trump administration. NPR and PBS have lost its money. Trump is the Rodney Dangerfield of politics. And the anti-American snobs are getting their wine and cheese platters kicked over.
Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Almost immediately, NPR's news chief resigned. She wants to take a break from elitist propaganda and go back to her cats and septum rings. Everyone knows that National Public Radio should really be National Private Radio, but it's an established part of a leftist ecosystem where one branch promotes and sustains the other.
This is Fresh Air. I'm Terry Gross. Today, we pay tribute to the Colbert Report.
So Colbert is a leftist darling, and now he's canceled, and of course the left takes it so well. It used to be said that Jay Leno was a kind of sellout, I guess for his humor playing it safe for corporations. Colbert said, "Oh yeah? Hold my syringe," but he couples it with his hard left politics.
I didn't realize quite how liberal I was until I was asked to make passionate comedic choices as opposed to necessarily successful comedic choices.
But outside of being a multi-dimensional sellout, Colbert's show was losing $40 million. That's almost right there with the $50 million that the WNBA are losing. Think of Colbert as the WNBA of late-night entertainment. But on top of all that, Jerry Seinfeld explained perfectly well why late-night talk shows are faltering.
You know what a pre-interview is on a talk show? Here's how a talk show works. It looks like he and I are chatting, right? Oh, I see you went on vacation. I heard you went on vacation. Well, where did he hear that? His producer told him. Jerry has a joke about his vacation.
Yeah.
It's all totally phony. I don't want to be on these shows.
Totally phony is rarely interesting. But with Colbert, not only is the interview phony, you get totally phony outrage, totally phony news analysis, totally phony political shilling. It's boring, it's unfunny, it's bootlicking.
And before we go on hiatus, we only have one more show after this.
And now The View is on hiatus? Please let them be canceled. In all these cases, NPR, PBS, The View, Columbia University, Colbert, all had a choice to pull back, to modify a bit. And they didn't. And now they're here. But don't blame Trump for that. Own your psychosis. Sorry, live by the hate, die by the hate. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Be sure to pass around to anybody who might like my content. And I'll see you the next time.